everyone, and welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Monday Weekend Report for the On the Go with Jacob and James podcast, On the Go show, as I like to call it. I am your host, Jacob D'Antone. Across from me is my co-host, James Jackson. James, how are you?
I'm doing okay, Jacob.
Yeah?
A little bit more energy than I had for Friday.
Oh, yeah?
Friday, I had no energy.
You feel energized? You feel ready to tackle the week?
I'm not going to say I feel energized, but I said a little bit more energy. There's a difference.
Yeah?
There's a difference.
Yeah?
I'm ready to get this week over with again.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Every time I start the week, I was ready to get the week over with. But
you ever feel like time just goes by too fast?
yes, it does.
Yeah.
I feel like life goes by too fast.
Right? You just blink and miss things.
Yeah, and it just you have fun one day, and then the next day you go back to work. You're like, damn, I gotta go back to work.
Exactly, man. It's no good.
That part really sucks.
Yeah.
You have fun for a weekend and knowing you gotta go back to work again.
Yeah.
Unless you're rich, and if you're rich, you don't have to worry about that. You're good
Right.
to go. Yeah, you have fun every day.
Oh, to have money.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But I've noticed something, and this is something I noticed when I came in to do your podcast today.
What did you know?
So you have cats.
Yes.
All of them are boys.
Yes.
You have a black little mini cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's very cute.
Yeah.
I saw him licking your other cat's butt,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is that about. What the hell is going on there?
Animals be doing that, man.
Animals. I just said animals be doing that, huh?
That's what it is,
animals
man.
be doing that.
Animals do some weird stuff.
I feel like we need to find out some more information about this because this is just.
I mean, look, cats are like permanent toddlers. Any pet, even dogs. Dogs and cats are like permanent toddlers. Like sometimes you just gotta yell at them and stop them from doing things.
I just couldn't believe it.
You know what I mean?
You were in the restroom, and then when I saw it, I was like, "What the hell is this?" I was like, "Babe, break it up, break it up."
It's 2024, man. Let the cats be cats.
Yeah, your cat's also young too.
Yeah,
He's a youngie.
I mean, I don't know what it is. At
least he's not running around like a jackass.
Could be a horrible medical condition. You might be calling out my cat. He might have kitty leukemia. How would you feel about that?
He's just licking it away, huh?
Hold on. Let me do something.
Oh man, please don't look that up. Please don't look that. Hope you got spyware. Well, if it was spyware,
Not worried about spyware.
Oh, okay, all right. Go mess around and find something else. But at least your cat's not running around like a jackass like he was at first. Because he's definitely calmed down. He's got a lot bigger too.
He is getting bigger.
Yeah. Is all your cats good and healthy that you know of?
That I know of, but you know, we might.
How many times do you take him to the vet?
Not regularly.
Not regularly.
No.
Do you ever go to that PetSmart over there and take your cats over there so they can cause trouble at your old job?
No, God no. I have not set foot in that store.
I bet they still don't even remember you. I bet
there's probably a whole new cast of characters over there.
Most likely.
Hang on, I am looking the answer up right now.
Oh, you looking up the answer by a cat licking the cat's butt?
Yes.
Nah, I just want to say that out loud again because it sounds funny. FYI, all your cats are cute. Full disclosure, all of them are cute, especially the white one with the pink nose. That's the one I like the best.
So according to Reddit, it's just a thing they do.
Just a thing they do. Kind of like dogs eating poop.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a dog that used to eat poop. And I hated that so much. I used to smack the dog crap out of him with a newspaper. I was like, why are you doing this?
Oh, here we go. Is it normal for cats to lick each other's privates? The answer is they've decided they're part of a family scent. That's how they share it. They may also start communal grooming too. And if one cat thinks he is much older than the others and sees him as kitten-like, you might see him watch the other cat in that region too.
So if you're an adult.
It's grooming.
So if you're an adult, would you ever do that? Grooming. Because there's two types of grooming. Let's get that out the way. But that's family grooming. Well, see, that doesn't sound right.
We're humans. What are you
well, I'm saying, like, what if humans did this? What if humans groomed themselves like this?
I mean, if humans groomed ourselves like this and it was a normal part of society, we wouldn't think it's weird. Now, would we?
You make a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
I mean, the only reason we wear clothes is because it's normalized.
You're right.
The only reason we think private parts are exciting is because we can't see them.
You got a point.
So if we lived in a society where we didn't wear clothes, we wouldn't think it's weird that we're not wearing clothes.
You got a point.
In fact, lingerie would be much more exciting because it's like, oh, you covered it up.
I hate lingerie.
Yeah.
I think lingerie is just a tease. It's like, I don't need none of that. Just come in butt naked and let's get it on, girl. I don't need that.
Random opinion, but
It is, but I hate that. But speaking of randomness and weirdness and cats sniffing buttholes, Diddy's sick ass once again.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
What's going on with him? Everything has been going on with him. Is he
not in prison? What's happening?
No, man, he's not. He's not gonna get in prison. He's not going to prison. We know that. But he's had so many accusations against him. And when I first heard this stuff, I didn't want to believe it at first. I was like, okay, maybe half of this stuff's not true. And some of it could be true. Some of it not could be true. But I'm looking at some of this points. At this point, dude, you gotta go into hiding. Just go off to another island and do what you gotta do. His whole reputation is done at this point. Now he's accused of sexualized accusations against a former producer that worked with him on his album.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, at this point, just get off America and just go to another island. He has damaged his whole career.
Oh yeah.
And his whole legacy is done at this point. You can just stump that out. Him and Russell Simmons.
Is Diddy the guy who had like some weird custody on Justin Bieber? Or is somebody else? Because
I don't know about that one.
Because there was a time when Justin Bieber was like still very young. I don't know. It's like basically one of the rappers pretty much had custody of him almost. It was like a weird situation where it's like he's sold to a rapper, or maybe that's a conspiracy. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know that one. I don't want to put that on him. He got enough cases as it is on him, so I don't want to put more cases on him. So, but this is just, man, this guy, he just don't stop. He just don't stop. It's like he got so many cases that's racked up against him, so many allegations, so many like, and you hear these different rappers and celebrities talk about it. It's like, shh, don't say anything. And I'm like, at this point, man, you just leave America, and just be on a beach somewhere and live the rest of your life. But you know what happens? This is what happens when you don't sit your ass down somewhere, and you're always out doing silly stuff. Dancing in the streets of New York, dressing up like Batman, a horrible Batman might have had for Halloween. Dressing up as Joker, a horrible Joker might have had for Halloween. Like, you doing all this craziness and, I'm coming in love. I want to love everybody. I'm like, dude, just shut up.
Well, it's the fame and the fortune and the drugs and everything else.
It's like,
it's warps you, right? So.
Well, it was annoying. It was very annoying. It's like you doing all this stuff behind the scenes, allegedly. Because I have to say alleged because we don't know if he's still done it, even though, everyone has their own opinions about it, but I have to say alleged. Because it just so happens this podcast will get listened to. But it's just like, man, this guy is so weird. He's become so weird now. And I see like one picture of him, he has like gray hair. He's old, of course, but he let all gray hairs grow out now. Like, my man is just, he's going through it. My man is going through it big time now. Like,
I mean, I would argue he's probably always just been weird.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like all of Hollywood is weird.
And now, he's got the pressure of all these cases, so the weirdness is just seeping out.
Oh yeah, it's seeping out more and more now. And like I say, that's why I say he leave the island, because Russell Simmons left the world. He left America, and he's on an island somewhere doing yoga. So I'm like, you might as well just leave the island, leave the world too. What's the other fool?
I mean, if he's got cases against him, he kind of can't flee, right?
Well, he can't flee, but they're all alleged stuff. It's all alleged, and you just can't keep paying out people left and right. So I mean, he can flee. He can flee just like Homeboy did from what's that guy's name? That he was like a British. No, he wasn't British. He was Italian. He was accused of having sex with an underage girl, and he ended up fleeing the country. And you never seen him again. Dan Schneider of Nickelodeon, he ended up fleeing the country. You never seen him again, even though they got a documentary about him. And you got all these different cases of people that's done horrible situations in the Fleet Island.
The patterns of celebrities flying too close to the sun, having their Icarus moments. It kind of makes you realize, like, you don't really want to be famous.
No.
You don't really want to be on that level.
You want the money, but you don't want the fame.
I don't even know if I want the money. That seems like a lot of money to be responsible for, because
not really.
You got to have accountants. You got to have like people kind of helping you out. Also, the amount of people who are like willing to sue you over like different things, I'm sure. No. On the back end, there's stuff going on.
No, because if you've always been responsible for with money, you already know how to handle it. If you've never had anything, you can spend it up in one day.
Yeah,
you can spend all that money up in one day. It's like you have to be responsible. And like, now the money I can take. Trust me, I'll take the money any day of the week. I'll take the money and the hard work and whatever else comes with it. I just don't want the fame stuff. I've never been a big fame person. I've never been somebody who wanted to be in the front of the camera. I've always wanted to be somebody behind the camera. And, you know, a lot of these celebrities, which Dan Schneider was, speaking of weirdos like Diddy, Dan Schneider, he was also, you know, the guy that was part of Nickelodeon, Viacom, and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's the foot guy.
Yeah, he's the foot fetish dude. And he fled the scene. And I think there's a documentary about him as well, doing a lot of weirdo stuff too. Ariana Grande and some of the Nickelodeon staff. Yeah, so
to do like weird foot things.
Yeah,
on camera,
on camera,
as part of the show, but not.
Yeah,
I mean potentially in private. Who knows?
Who knows, man? This guy was so weird. I still have not saw that documentary yet. I will see it eventually. Cause I never knew these kids were going through that. And when you sit down and I saw the trailer, I was like, man, this sucks. This really sucks. It's like all my childhood, I never thought of all this. You had pure innocence, pure bliss and innocence. And then to grow up and then you see what this piece of crap have been doing for years upon years. It sucks. It just really, really sucks. And it makes you kind of say to yourself, I don't want to go back to that time again.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back because Nickelodeon is in a better place now than it was back then with that freak going.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, he still has an Instagram page up. I didn't know you could have an Instagram page up and you have cases like that against you.
I suppose you can.
Yeah, you got Instagram and Facebook up. So I just thought that was so crazy to me. But yeah, man, it's just Diddy, just go in hiding, man. Please. I'm tired of hearing about these cases. It's just getting out of hand. And then I watched, let's see, what else did I do? I watched Wendy Williams, the Wendy Williams documentary.
Yeah, what's going on with her?
What's going on? She's going through life. She's going through life, Jacob. But, you know, I watched a documentary about that, and it really sucks to see how the decline of her life has went from radio disc jock to TV, who was honestly kind of the first black woman other than Oprah to kind of break through that TV era where she was just, man, she went on a tear. She just went on a tear of just before the internet, before the social media like really, really took off. She was that person that you relied upon for gossip news. And she took off at an enormous rate. And then all of a sudden she had a lot of health problems, drug problems, drinking problems, and all that stuff. And it's all just seemed to have come down on her more and more now than it ever has. And she had a documentary talking about her health. And now she has,
dementia.
Dementia, there you go.
Yeah.
So now she has dementia and she's going through that. And that just really, really sucks. I understand how people may feel about her, obviously. It's just, but I never want to see anybody go through dementia. Because even if you have an old person at home, whether your mom, grandparents, everyone has to talk to a grandparent and to them to feel like they're not there physically, mentally. Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to handle. And not to mention she has a kid. You know, so it's just
I think her son's taking care of her, right?
No, she got some guardian taking care of her.
I thought it was her son.
Well, we don't know. We don't know because it's just all over the place. Because her aunt, her nieces, although her niece and the rest of the family are the ones that put the documentary out. So it's like, are y'all taking money from this woman or what?
Right.
Like no one knows anything. And I'm telling you, man, when wow, man. And I don't want to talk bad, but she looks jacked up. She looks jacked up in this documentary.
Yeah, no, I've seen clips.
She got a wig off her head. I was like, y'all know doggone what that woman wouldn't let. She would not want to be on TV looking like this. On Lifetime, nonetheless.
But Lifetime.
Yeah, well, she loved Lifetime is where they show a lot of documentaries anyway.
But you know what though? TV producers are real scumbags.
Oh yeah.
They will take anything that's
and so is family
for
too.
TV. You know what I mean?
Well, so is family too, because family are the ones that's gonna.
But especially like reality show stuff, all those producers are just scumbags.
Oh yeah, well
They're just like, oh yeah, this is juicy. Let's get it.
But Jacob, you're not expecting producers to have a good conscience, but you're expecting your family members to have somewhat of a conscience, and unfortunately, that's not the case with her. They you know, if that's what happened, I don't want to say, but it does seem like a very, very, very exploitation because they really didn't explain anything in the documentary. It's just chronicling her life. It's chronicling her addiction to drugs and addiction to drinking. And it's like, are we gonna come out with a bigger message in this? No, like we didn't come out with no bigger message throughout that whole doc. I was like, nothing positive came out of any of this. It was just, if anything, just made you more depressed and sad. Right. It's like that's the part that pisses me off about the doc. It's like I didn't learn. No one learned anything else that we didn't already know. So I'm just like, it sucks to see. You know, Bruce Willis also has dementia as well, and it's just, man, I never would have thought I saw this coming from her. I never would have thought I saw this coming. So yeah, I watched that. Then I watched Tyler Perry new movie. He got Mia Culpa with Kelly Rowland. The only reason why I watched that movie is because the manager that I work with, she told me to watch it, and I gave it a shot. Mia Culpa. And Lord, when I tell you, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. That movie was terrible. It was like an erotic thriller, one of those erotic crime films. Remember those, like, back in the early 90s, they used to make those erotic films, those erotic crime films. And Shannon Tweed was always the woman they would always use.
Wasn't Tyler Perry's like more dramatic movies always just kind of?
Well, his dramatic films feel more like comedy, and his comedy films feel more serious.
Right.
But
he does have a strange feel with his stuff. Well,
he's trying.
You're right. Medea movies, some of them are just kind of like emotional roller coasters. Where it's like, what are we doing? Why are we sad and happy? Like, why are we doing fart jokes and revealing someone's son is their brother? Like, what this is Medea. What are we doing here?
And Mia Culpa is nothing different. Mia Culpa is just an erotic thriller, and you're trying to decipher a crime, whether that happened with a painter, and there's just Tyler Perry twists, because Tyler Perry has to have a twist in every single film that he does now, especially with the dramas in particular, and all of them have a stupid twist to it. And I'm just like, this is just too much. A part of me feels like the reason why he keeps doing these films is because he shouldn't be doing these films. And what I mean by that is, in life, sometimes you need to be staying in the lane that you should be staying in. Like, if you do gospel music, you should probably stick to doing gospel music. Yeah. Don't do hip hop. If you've been doing the Christian, and I'd say his movies like Christian movies, but they've always had like an emphasis on, Christianity. Yeah. And
some Jesus things going on.
Yeah. But he's went away from that. Clearly, he's went away from that with the last 3 or 4 films that he's made that had something to do with dramas. So I'm curious to see, like, why is he starting to take this route with these movies now? Because they're uncomfortable and they're cringy. Now, I will say with this movie, the cinematography is better. The direction is better. The script is still bad. Yeah. And what else can I say? So those are 2 good things, but the script is still bad. Right. If he can bring the script up, the writing up on his movies, then we might have something. Yeah. But he can't do it. He just can't do it. I don't know if he's still doing his movies in 10 days or not, but it's just like, it's annoying to watch. It's just truly annoying. The only reason why I watched it because a manager that I work with, she told me to watch it. If it wasn't for that, I would have never watched it. It would have been buried right along with the rest of the movies on Netflix. So yeah, he has another movie too coming out on Netflix.
Does he?
Yeah. So if you want to watch Tyler Perry movies, Netflix is the home of Tyler Perry and Kevin Hart.
That's true.
And Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, he does have Spaceman now. I haven't seen that movie yet.
Yeah, It got buried. Like I said,
Netflix movies always get buried.
They get buried.
There's too much Netflix
that's
for
too much
Netflix.
Material. That's too much material on there.
Way too much Netflix on Netflix. That's what's happening. It's just they got too much stuff going on for their own good.
So that's all I've been looking at this
have week. You noticed there's been a bunch of HBO stuff on Netflix popping up?
Well, yeah, because
Max Originals.
Well, that's because with your boy David
Zaslav is selling all of his stuff.
He's selling all his stuff off. So he's selling it to Netflix, Amazon. I don't know if he's gonna do a deal with Paramount yet, but he's selling stuff off to even Peacock.
What a sad thing that happened to HBO Max. Because honestly, HBO Max was really great. That was like one of the hidden gem streaming sites because they're like, oh wow, they actually have like a lot of cool stuff on here. Mm-hmm. And now that stuff is slowly going away.
Well, now it's Paramount. Paramount has all the cool stuff.
Paramount, Peacock. Peacock's got a lot of stuff. Oppenheimer's finally on Peacock. I'm going to try to digest it slowly over time.
Yeah, it's winning all the Oscars, so you might as well. I mean, it's winning all the Oscars, but it's winning all the awards. It will win an Oscar most likely. Well,
I mean, I've been wanting to watch it. It's just 3 hours, man.
It's definitely a good film. It's definitely a good film. It's definitely worth Robert Downey Jr. and Cillian Murphy are Cillian Murphy. Because I noticed that a lot of people been calling him Cillian Murphy lately. I was like, I wonder if this is really...
It's Killian Murphy.
It's Killian Murphy?
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's people not doing the research and not knowing how to pronounce his name.
Oh, okay.
It is Killian Murphy, though.
Because when he got the SAG Award, somebody called him Cillian. I was like, Cillian Murphy? I'm like...
No, I'm pretty sure it's Killian.
Yeah, it's Killian. I was like, I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he deserves to get that the Oscar. He'll probably get it, both of them. It's probably the most predictable ass Oscars I probably ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Kimmel's hosting again. But yeah, but it hasn't been nothing going on. I've just been trying to catch up on certain things. Certain things I wish I wouldn't have caught up on.
Sorry, man. My allergies are still...
Oh, you still got bad allergies, huh?
I have this cough that's been messing me up. Khadijah's been messed up for like last week or so. We've both been going through it, man. It's just, I think I was sick.
Yeah.
And then allergies hit me right after that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I got a double whammy of whatever. And then now Khadijah's got whatever I had. But now we think maybe she had it before me and she just got it later than me. Because apparently somebody at her job was sick a few weeks ago. So we were talking yesterday and she's like, oh, maybe I brought it home to you. You got sick and now I'm getting sick from it.
That'll do it.
So it's just, yeah, we're all just kind of messed up. But
and here I am, still not sick. I want to keep it that way.
The only thing I've really been doing lately is playing this Guardians of the Galaxy game. It's an old game. It came out like 3 years ago or whatever, but it was on sale for like $15. So I bought it, played it, or playing it. This game is a lot better than I thought it was. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the Guardians crew we all know. It's Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Groot, Rocket Raccoon. You know, it's the modern day Guardians, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it's just a little different because obviously they're not the MCU Guardians.
So, yeah, not the MCU guy.
So they're like the voices and the appearances take a little bit of time. They're actually more comic accurate than the movies are, of course.
Yeah, not surprised.
But the story's been real cool. It starts off with them going to like get a monster for this monster collector lady Hellbender, and it goes awry and they're not able to bring it back to her. So like the B plot of the movie is like they're being hunted down by this woman because they pissed her off. They killed the monster. They weren't able to bring it back. So now she's hunting them down. She's sending bounty hunters after them.
It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
Idea.
But the overarching story is Star-Lord accidentally releases like this weird beast from the Soul Stone. And this cult came around, and now this cult's trying to infect everybody in the galaxy with what they call the Promise. And it came out of the Soul Stone. So throughout the game, like you kind of start noticing them more and more, and that's the main plot of the game. It's like, okay, cool, we got to stop this cult from happening. Adam Warlock is involved. Eventually, you meet Adam Warlock. You meet Mantis. Yondu's in prison. They mention Yondu. Yondu's in prison. The Nova Corps is a big thing, but we never really see like Richard Rider Nova. We just see the Nova Corps.
Oh yeah, well, you know, they don't have the rights to it, or
they do, and they just didn't. You know, for the purposes of the plot, they just didn't use them. But
I understand that one.
It's been a great game. It's been a fun game. You just play a Star-Lord. You don't play as the other characters, but you can control the other characters. Like you hit a button and you can actually like tell them to use different attacks or whatever.
Oh, kind of like what's that? The game from back in the day, Marvel game.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance.
Similar to that. Which at first, when I first saw it, I thought it was kind of lame. But playing the game, it works. It works perfectly. It's fine. It's almost like a shoot 'em up because, like, you know, Star-Lord.
He has guns.
Yes, thank you. Star-Lord has the guns. So it's almost like a shoot 'em up because like every time you fight somebody, you're shooting them, and then like you're telling the other people like what attacks to use, or you have your own special attacks to use. But it's been real fun. Khadijah's been watching me play. She's been really loving the story. The story's been great. And last night, James, I thought I beat this game. Actually, it had 2 fake outs.
How long is the game?
Man, I bought it Friday. Saturday, I played it all day, and then yesterday I put a few hours into it. So I mean, it's at least like I'm 15 hours in, I'd say, so far. I'm almost at the end of it, so it's probably a good 20-hour game. But I almost thought I beat it. I thought it was in the end game of the game, right? I was like, all right, cool, we're going into the 3rd act. No. Plot twist, we got to go to another planet because we got to go do this other thing. before we go stop the bad guy. I was like, okay, cool. So we do that. Then we fight the bad guy. I think I beat this game. The credits are literally rolling, James.
Yeah, give you something else. It's kind of weird.
Something else happens. Plot twist. There's another bad guy that happens. So now I got to fight this other dude. And it was like 8:30. And I put the game down. I was like, no, we're going. Like, I'm taking a shower. I got to go to bed soon. And Khadijah like, you got to finish the game. It's like, no, I'm not doing this. No.
Yeah, especially you got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was like, no. Because I had some other things I wanted to do last night, but she made me play it, James. She forced me to play this game.
That's like that sometimes. I mean, some games are so addictive that you have to finish it all up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I got some other stuff I want to do. And I was like, I just got to beat the game real quick.
Yeah.
In a couple hours and I'll be good. And it's like, it kept going and going and going. And I was like, I have to stop. I got to take a shower. And Khadijah's like, no, you got to keep.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's. Whenever I find a game that she actually enjoys watching me play, or like whenever I find a game with a good story, it's always a little bit more fun because, like, I don't know, she's into it.
Well, I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, it's hard to find some certain women that like to see their husband or the significant other play their game because you was told as I think probably in high school or as you got older, like, oh, no one wants to see you play video game,
right?
Which is, I've always thought that was lame.
But you know what? A lot of games out there have really great stories.
Yeah, they have great stories. And so it's like...
And it's a story component. And I'll tell you something else about this game, James. The banter is so good. Like, they did an excellent job. Because, like, throughout the game, the Guardians are constantly having a conversation.
Yeah.
Every mission, every level, they're constantly talking. They don't really repeat lines. Mm-hmm. The only time they repeat lines is during fights. Like, while you're shooting up people, they might say something twice again. Or the same conversation might happen again.
Yeah, the usual video game stuff.
But outside of that, when you're exploring or whenever you're going from point A to point B, they're constantly talking about the mission. They're talking about just different lore things. It's very organic. You know what I mean? It just feels very good. There's never a point where they're not talking.
Feels like a movie.
Yes. Feels like a movie. It's great. It's been real fun playing it, honestly. And it's a very singular storyline. It's not like you don't have free reign to go to like different planets, which kind of would have been nice. But I also kind of like just being linear. Yeah. I like having just like the linear path, and it feels like it's one of those games where you don't realize how much progress you're actually making because it's so smooth and it's so good or fun. I'd say, and I'd liken it to like the original God of War games because when I originally played those games, I was just playing the game. And then before I knew it, I was at the end of the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, everything is so organic and it just runs so smoothly. There's not like a slow point in the game where you're just like, oh, I gotta get past this thing. And
so I got like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Or it's like, I gotta stop and I gotta grind my levels and I gotta talk to these NPCs. No, it's.
I like most video games nowadays where you have to stop and talk to everybody.
And sometimes those games are fun. But every now and then it is nice to have like these linear driven games.
After you get through fighting the big boss, then you gotta talk to this random ass dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting in the corner.
And there are conversations to be had because like in between missions, you're on the ship.
Yeah.
So you can actually walk up to the different Guardians and talk to them about different things. But it's still very interesting when you do because you can find items out in the levels, and then those items will show up on the ship, and you go interact with it, and then it unlocks a conversation with like Groot, or it unlocks and it's all lore based, right? So like I found a mask for Rocket, and Rocket shows up, and then Rocket tells you a story of how he broke out. He saved Groot from the Collector, and in this game, in the story, in the world, in the lore, Rocket got Groot from the Collector, right? So he'll tell you, he tells a story about that, or he also tells you a story about like some other heist he did, or he'll drop some lore about, him being experimented on, and Gamora will tell you about being trained as an assassin, and in the game, in the story in the game, she actually had to kill Nebula.
Yeah.
So she'll talk about, killing Nebula and the emotions she had to feel about that, or like in the game's lore, and Drax actually managed to kill Thanos. Yeah. So Drax
basically going a lot of stuff that you're talking about. They're going according to the comic book.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what you're saying. They got going because Drax does kill Thanos.
Yeah.
And
he mentions that a lot. And actually, there's a costume you unlock, and the costume I guess is like the outfit he wore when he was like rampaging across the galaxy to fight Thanos, and like like every costume kind of has like a paragraph explaining like the costume and the story behind it, and it's written as that character.
Oh, okay.
And so for that costume, Drax will make a comment that he's not even entirely sure that he actually killed Thanos. So it's like a small hint that Thanos might still be out there. But it's also nice because Thanos isn't a villain in this game.
Yeah, he's not the main villain. But you can't do that actually when you've already had this in
Right.
the MCU. So.
Right. And I mean, he shows up as like a flashback kind of thing, but that's about it. It's been great. It's been a fun game to play. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
That's good. I mean,
that's all I've been doing.
I wish we could be able to talk about that like a couple years ago. Probably would have got some people who actually like the game.
Yeah, right.
Talk about it because that game got buried big time.
It did, and I mean, I even passed on it when it first came out, but
everybody did because you
know
didn't
what?
see the real actors.
I'll make this point. Games, I think how good a game is relative to the price of the game. A lot of these games, when they first came out, they're like $60, $70 now, right?
Yeah, that's very much true, which I don't play them.
So would I pay $60 for this Guardians of the Galaxy game? Probably not, and I didn't.
There you go.
$15 though, great experience. You know what I mean?
Saying is you got to wait until it's damn near old and used to play it.
I mean, unfortunately, but some people, it's like I said about movies. Like some people might have bought it when it came out day one and thought it was like $60 well spent. But to me, I think $15 kind of enhances the experience.
Well, I mean, if you ain't got nothing else to play, that's what the used thing is for.
Right.
People that because you weren't gonna pay $70 for this game,
right? Because
it's not worth a $70 game in my opinion. But it's probably worth more just to pay it for 15. Like, oh, I ain't got nothing else to play. I beat this game 1,000 times. I beat Spider-Man already. Let me go and play this game.
Right.
So that's cool. I think this game is probably better than that Avengers game that came out.
Oh yeah.
Because that Avengers game, I don't care what you tell me. There was no way in hell I'd probably take a stab at that.
Well, there's a Midnight Suns game.
I seen the poster for it.
And I'm real interested in it, but they made it like a strategy card game kind of.
Yeah.
Like that's the gameplay. It's like XCOM or some of these other type of strategy games. And I'm halfway curious about it. And I looked at a review and I'm debating about trying to play it because I'm interested in the story itself.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about the gameplay. And I guess between missions, like the missions are fine from what I've seen this review of, but the in between, like you're just you run around this mansion and there's a bunch of like busy work to be done between missions because it's card based, right? You get cards, so you have to build up your deck, or you have to like constantly keep editing it, or just like little things, or there's like friend meters you can have with the other characters, and so you can talk to them and you can build those up. It's like I said, it's a lot of busy work.
Yeah. I don't like games like that.
So I don't know, but I mean, if it's like $15, I might give it a shot. But yeah, I got to look it up.
I don't like games like that. If it ain't fighting games or shooting games, I'm good on that one.
Damn it. Yeah, I agree. So, but hey, that's all I got. That's all you got?
Oh, that's it, man. That's all I got.
All right. Well, hey, quick, easy, fun Monday. Well, I don't know about fun. We went over some dark topics at the beginning of this.
Oh yeah, It's entertainment, man. It's that's what's going on in the entertainment culture.
Hey, yeah, that's what it is. So, but hey, if you want to contact us, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. Please send us an email. Please, questions, comments, concerns, suggestions. Give us a suggestion. Tell us what movie to watch or whatever. I don't know. If you can find us on Instagram at On The Go with Jacob and James, it's all one word. You can find me on Instagram at jacobdanton.audio, and you can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
We're also on YouTube. We've been on YouTube for a couple weeks now, so if you want to check us out on YouTube, it's On The Go with Jacob and James.
Click the link button.
Click the link.
All you gotta do is subscribe, people.
Click the like, subscribe, the bell, the dong, the gong,
all it takes is just one button. Just click the button to subscribe, and you're good to go.
The bat signal. Do whatever you gotta do, please.
On with your day.
Hey, that's all we got. So I'm on the go. James is on the go. We're all on the go. Talk to you later.